Hello there. I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and welcome to Mindful Moments 2 Touch Your Heart Every Day. I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday to help you lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. So, welcome. If you're here for the first time, a wonderful choice to invest some time in your mindfulness. Contrary to what you may believe, mindfulness is not being full of mind, not the usual mind that we think of. In other words, the mind between your ears, what I call the brilliant but limited mind. I'm talking much more about the unlimited mind. And so, in other words, if you want to get away from your mind, the mind we use habitually, then this is a great thing to do during this session. So we don't want to be full of that mind. We want to be less of that mind. It depends which mind you're thinking of, but really this practice is all about the unlimited mind, which is really your spirit, the engine that drives your body, drives your existence. The human spirit, without it, we would be nothing. We would be inert organisms. But the spirit drives us, and it lubricates everything. And yet, many of us just deny that we have a spirit because there's an association with religion. Well, fear not. This is not a religious practice in any way. I am not a religious person at all. I do not depend on anything, any deity. I only rely on myself. And I use the Buddhist teachings to guide me in that direction because that's what Buddhism is all about. Knowing yourself, relying on yourself, embracing your true nature and living authentically from that nature. And just for the record, Buddhism is not a religion, it's a way of life. So they're very different. So don't worry about any of that. But yes, this week we're working on following on from last week's theme, which was inner trust. And this week we're going into outer wealth, which is the result of inner trust, or which is the effect, if you like, of inner trust. Yes, last week on the masterclass session midweek, Your Body is Your Business Plan masterclass, we talked about inner trust as a state. And later today, please join us if you can. We're going to be talking about the second part of the equation, the outer wealth. And of course, that really depends on how we define wealth and how desperate we are. And indeed, we will try to show you that you don't need to be desperate, that each of us is unique. 8 billion unique souls on this earth, and that we are on this earth for a very good reason. It's not by chance. The earth is the only planet that provides breathable air, and so we can thrive here. It is a planet of abundance, and we are beings of abundance, matching that. The reflection is very strong if you allow it. But unfortunately, we're damaging the earth and we're ignoring it, thinking we can do better, when in fact we can never compete, nor should we want to compete with the earth. Let's just flow with it, and then there's no friction in our lives. So yes, this word friction is quite interesting. It's certainly a word I associate with inner trust. It's frictionless. It's our natural state. There's no kind of static. There's no faltering or hesitating. It's our natural state. And it's only the mind between your ears, that questions that and tries to change it and interferes just generally in that feeling. We are creatures, we are animals, basically, but we are superior because of our consciousness and because of our cerebral ability. But we don't have to live that way. And far too much attention has been given to the mind between your ears, neuro this, neuro that, cerebral this, cognitive that, when all the time the anchorage of your whole existence is your body and your nervous system and your consciousness, which runs up your spine. It's not all dependent on the cerebellum and the various aspects of the brain. So, in this practice, we come down into the core, into our unique core, and we find our anchorage, and we can settle there and navigate and negotiate the visual intellectual world very successfully. So let's get started with those thoughts in mind, those reflections nearby. And yeah, if you've not been here before, it's best to sit with your spine vertical and your feet flat on the floor. Okay, if you can. If you can't, of course, be comfortable. That's the most important thing, because during this practice, you need to be completely aware. So it's not a sleeping time, it's actually the opposite. It's full awareness time. Okay. So, yeah, if you can, let your spine emanate upwards, the crown of your head going up into the sky, the soles of your feet down into the earth. And the second thing is that every session starts with a bell. So when I sound the bell, then we will begin, and you will allow your eyelids to soften and your eyes to lower, your eyelids to lower and your gaze to lower, and just glance at the tip of your nose if it helps. In other words, don't close your eyes totally, because that will perhaps make you sleepy, and we don't want that. Of course, one of the byproducts of good mindful practice is rest and repose and relaxation. But essentially, during the practice, we need to be totally aware. So let's get started. When you detect the vibrations of my bell, please allow your eyelids to soften and fall, but don't close them entirely. Here we go. Wonderful. So just take your time. This is a big transition from the overwhelming, relentless visual stimuli of the visual world, the intellectual world, the firework displays of concepts and thoughts and ideas and summaries and all of the things that mind is so good at, to come down into your central core. This is your unique anchorage, and it's your resource center. Everything you need is right here inside you. It's a mistaken idea that everything we need is outside. Everything we need is inside, if you only look and if you only accept that. There's a wealth of skills and wisdom and incredible treasures which have accumulated during your lifetime, during every single second of your lifetime, but also the lifetimes of your ancestors, stretching right back through the centuries, through the millennia to the origin of humans when we first started to stand up, in fact. So let's take time to come down into that core. As you do so, you'll notice two things. The first is your breath. In the visual intellectual world, we're rarely aware of our breath, unless we've done lots of training and so on. We take it for granted. We breathe shallowly, perhaps, and therefore it doesn't really benefit us very much. Here in the inner core, in the mindful center of your being, yes, the breath is tremendously important. So breathe with it. Breathe with your breath. The in-breath, the out-breath. Notice the rhythm. Notice your shoulders. Are they soft or are they held? Your chest, is it open? Your gut. Notice your body at this stage, because by the end of the practice, it will have changed totally. Just make a note. Oh, yes, I've got a little stiffness in my left shoulder, or when I breathe deeply, my rib cage feels stiff, or whatever. The second thing you'll notice is that you may have a tendency to generate words and images as I speak. And that's only natural. We're taught to do this in the visual, intellectual world. But here in the invisible world, you don't need to do that. I'm guiding you. So just put your trust in me, follow my voice, and give your intellectual mind a really good rest. So if you have a tendency to do that, to associate words or to even generate images as I speak, just gently bring yourself away from that, reminding yourself that you don't need to do it. This is non-doing session. There is nothing for you to do. Just be. That's what this session is all about. Just being still, aware. Lovely. Okay, let's get started. So, without distraction, please, for stage one of this practice, there are 3 stages. Please bring all your attention, all your energy, and focus it, channel it into a strong, bright, hot laser beam. This is unique to you, and it's so powerful. These sessions will make it even more powerful. Feel that incredible potency as you funnel everything, channel everything into just one beam. And slide that laser beam slowly, steadily outside your immediate environment, outside your walls and windows, outside your roof, your ceiling. If you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle. And if you're already outdoors, then as far afield as you can. We're going to project your incredible beam as far afield as we can in the outer environment. And you're going to start to scan little by little, inch by inch, above, below, to the left, to the right. in front and behind, scanning meticulously. What are we scanning for? We are looking for vibrations. We're detecting vibrations, small, large, near, far. And when we encounter a vibration, we're going to pause, accept, and move on. Now, as you scan, as far afield as you can, knowing that tribal peoples who live close to the earth can scan up to 10-mile radius around them. They can detect anything that's happening at 10 miles, sometimes further. We can do it too. Our ancestors did it. It's called whole body listening. We are conditioned to think that listening is all about the ears, very close to the brain, but that's only one type of listening. Intellectual listening is very specific, but in fact, our whole body can detect vibrations from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Every skin pore, every hair follicle is aware and alert to any vibrations. This comes from stillness, from anchoring ourselves with our breath, with our spine, to the earth, and just opening up to anything in our outside environment. You are a tiger prowling through a jungle. Every vibration is vital. It could be the next meal, or it could be a threat. And so animals are 100% alert and aware, engaged utterly in detecting vibrations for their survival. And it's this ancient skill that we need to revive. It's another way of using the power of our minds. And this is where the unlimited mind comes into play. So detect vibrations in all directions. And when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. No need for words, no need for labels or guessing. Just accept and move on. Words and images are mere symbols, and we do need them in the visual intellectual world because it's the mind, the world of the limited mind. We need symbols to allow us to understand. Here in the unlimited mind, we are here in reality. We need no symbols. This is reality, here and now, using your whole body to detect vibrations. Okay, great. Let's move on to stage 2. Slide the laser beam of your mind, potent, penetrating, hot, bright, inside your immediate environment, inside your walls and windows, inside your roof and ceiling, if you're in a vehicle, inside, And if you're outdoors, make a 30-meter radius around you and scan just up to that limit. And scan meticulously, systematically, above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Wonderful. So keep moving. And as you scan your inner environment right up into your ceiling corners, down underneath your furniture, down into the earth, up into the sky if you're outdoors, then let me talk a little bit about your breath. Your breath is your most valuable asset. It's free, it's unconditional. Without it, we would die. And it really is at the bottom of an amazing relationship between each human being and the earth. We all breathe in different ways. Our systems are all working in many different ways because of our unique DNA. And planet Earth is the only planet we know that provides breathable air, as I mentioned earlier. So it's no accident we are here. This planet is for us. And so we draw oxygen from the earth, and then our glorious bodies process that so efficiently, retaining the nutrients, expelling the unwanted components, and continuing on 20 to 24,000 times every 24 hours for 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 years. It's a miracle. So allow gratitude to surge up from your gut, from your solar plexus, from your nervous system. Feel that incredible gratitude for having this extraordinary chance to be a human being, which is only made possible by the Earth's atmosphere. Feel that gratitude. And that gratitude should be a daily feeling. It is your foundation. If you're grateful for everything you have now, anything extra will be a bonus. So it's that contentment and that gratitude right here and now that really matters. And we have everything we need. Okay, let's move on to stage 3. Slide your incredible laser beam, bright, hot, penetrating inside your body, feet flat on the floor, right down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan along the tops of your feet along the soles of your feet towards the heels, and then up into the ankle joints. Make space in the ankle joints with your laser. Bring heat and light there. And start to scan up the lower leg, little by little, detecting vibrations, illuminating any darknesses. And eventually we encounter the calf muscles. These are often hard from bombardment by gravity, but also tiredness, poor posture, and so on. So take the laser mind into those muscles and soften them, warm them up. This is what sports people do before big competitions. It's very powerful visualization. Then come up into your knee joints. Make space and light inside your knee joints. Soften the cartilages. Then we come to the thigh, the bone and muscle area of the body, which is the longest in most humans. Start to scan. Upward if you're standing, along if you're sitting, little by little, detecting any vibrations. And when you do, just pause, accept, and move on. No need for labels or explanations. Those are all premises of the limited mind. We don't need them here. Eventually, we come to the torso, and at the base of the torso is the base chakra. This is the place of birth for women, procreation for men, and elimination for all of us. Eliminating toxins from the body is just as important as breathing. If we don't do it, we die. So really feel this is a vital place of energy generation too. If you feel tired, probably you feel tired in your low back. This is the base chakra depleted. And so you need to revitalize that. So start to move up the back of the body now. First of all, we come to the coccyx, 3 to 5 tiny little bones, each with a disc between them. So scan up those. Then we come to the sacrum, which is a spade-shaped bone designed to help us bear weight, our own weight and the weight we may carry. So scan up that. Then we come to the lumbar spine. These are chunky bones at the bottom end of the spine, separated by white cartilaginous discs. So take the heat and light of your mind inside those discs, soften them up. Bone, disc, bone, disc. And now we're climbing up behind the intestines, working a way to process your food. Bone, disc, bone, disc. Up behind the solar plexus, bone, disc. The bones are getting smaller now as we climb up. And behind the diaphragm, the principal breathing muscle of your body, bone, disc. And eventually we encounter the rib cage. Inside the rib cage, all your vital organs, but the most magnificent of them all is your heart. It's emanating incredible electromagnetic vibrations, 60 times stronger than your brain. Climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, and up in the top part of your chest, your lungs, flickering away, processing the oxygen without fail, 24/7, for the whole of your life. Climb up behind your lungs, bone, disc, and eventually you come to the notch on the back of your neck. It may help to reach up and touch it. And from here on up, the cervical spine, the neck spine, goes right up inside the skull. And at the top of the spine is the atlas joint, and above the crown of the head and the heavens above. And the atlas joint is where the skull pivots. It's held in place by muscles, But it's essentially where we get our primary control from because we have over 10,000 head orientations and facial expressions at our disposal. So feel that, and there you have it. You're at the um, top of your body. Your spine has lengthened beautifully with no doing, just the power of your laser mind, and you feel great. And please notice your breath now, the rhythm, the softness of your shoulders, the width at the bottom end of the rib cage. And when you detect the vibrations of my bell, allow your eyelids to float open and gaze softly ahead. Wonderful. So if you feel as good as I do, then please let me know. Send me a comment. This practice is so liberating and so wonderful. This is the way to navigate and negotiate the visual intellectual world. Stay back in your spine, your lengthened spine, crown of your head going up, your sitting bones going down into your seat, your feet flat on the floor if you're standing and if you're sitting, and your whole body awareness. The breath is choreographing everything, and the rhythm is lovely and slow now. So you are in prime condition, anchored in your inner being to now encounter the visual world. Let it come to you. Let the visual world flow to you. This is the essence of our unique magnetism as individuals. So stay with this state today. And if you'd like to continue to do this every day, even though I can't be here every single day, then please check out my Lodestone One, which is an audio transmission. You can use it every single day for 30 days and then repeat. It's a lifetime license. And then you'll be able to reach this peak every single day or even twice a day. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be back again on Friday. I don't have a session tomorrow, but I'll be back again on Friday morning. Thank you so much. See you then.